everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to do a January and February manga reading wrap up. Now that we are in March, oh my goodness, we are in March, y'all. Is it just me, or did the past 2 months kind of fly by? Like, while you're experiencing it, it doesn't feel like time is moving fast. But now that we're looking at the dates and it is March 1st at the time of this filming, it seems like the past 2 months have flown by. But anyway, I was able to do quite a bit of reading for the past couple of months. I was able to read 8 manga volumes. I only have 7 here. That's because the 8th one that I read it online. Some site uploaded the chapters online. And that book was Aldnoah 0 Volume 1. I didn't know what to expect going into Aldnoah 0. It is a sci-fi action type manga, which is very different from what I am usually attracted to, but the premise of the story sounded very interesting, and so I gave Volume 1 a try. And while I was interested enough to finish it, I wasn't interested enough to continue on to the next volumes. So that is a series that I will not be finishing. It's very short. It was only 3 chapters. At least everything I read online was saying that it was only 3 chapters. And I feel like that just wasn't enough for a single volume, in my humble opinion. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that manga is based off of an anime. Like, the anime came first. Don't quote me on that. I could be very wrong. But I don't know. I feel like 3 chapters in a volume of manga is not long enough. Like, manga volumes are already short to begin with. They're between 5 and 6 chapters. So to just cut that down to 3, I'm just like, what is happening? Like, something's missing. I didn't feel fulfilled, and I wasn't interested enough to continue going. Not to mention, to me, a lot of the panels was just a whole bunch of ink. I couldn't tell what was going on simply because it was just a whole lot of action sequences, a lot of explosions, a lot of bright lights. And when you're doing that in black and white ink, it's very hard, for me personally, to be able to tell what exactly is taking place on the page. So I won't be finishing Aldnoah 0. I don't even remember what I rated it on Goodreads, but it was not my favorite manga of the month. So moving on to physical copies. Okay, my books fell down, but I Hear the Sunspot, Volume 1, and I Hear the Sunspot Theory of Happiness, which is Volume 2. I really enjoy I Hear the Sunspot. I Hear the Sunspot Volume 1 is a reread for me, so I could go on to Volume 2, and I will admit that I enjoyed Volume 1 better than Volume 2, simply because there's a new character in Volume 2, a female character, and I do not like her. Like, I understand the point of her character was to cause a little bit of discord between our couple so that they can, like, their feelings can come into, like, true realization, I guess. But, like, she felt really unnecessary, in my opinion. I felt like the story could have still progressed to what it did without the inclusion of her. But overall, I really, really love I Hear the Sunspot. I Hear the Sunspot Volume 1. I can read that again and again and never tire of it. Volume 2, I loved the progression of our main couple, but that other girl character kind of ruined it for me. So I believe I only rated Volume 2 2 stars, and I rated Volume 1 4 stars on Goodreads, because I do rate my books on Goodreads. I own Volume 4 and 5, which is I Hear the Sunspot Limit 1 and 2. Did I say 4 and 5? I meant 3 and 4. Limit 1 and Limit 2. And the 5th and final volume will be coming out in April. I am pretty sure it was April. And I'm excited because now that it's March, that's literally only a month away. So I have not pre-ordered it just because, in my experience, I just don't have the patience for pre-orders, knowing that the money has been taken out of my account, but it won't ship to me until like months later. So I've just been waiting for it to release, and then I'll order it. Next, I have Night of the Ice, Volume 1. I enjoyed this so much, and I know a lot of it has to do because I just really enjoy seeing ice skating in manga and anime. I like watching ice skating like real life too. Like, you know, the ice skating competitions during the Olympics or any other competitions that gets aired on TV. I love watching ice skating. I just think it is so pretty and so different from anything that I have ever done in my own life, because I was an athlete before. I was a runner. So seeing something as different as ice skating, I don't know, I'm just so attracted to it. And I love the way it's portrayed in this book. This book is about a guy who he is a famous ice skater in Japan, and he cannot go out and do his competition until his best friend, who he also likes from childhood, says like this magical girl spell from a show that they used to watch when they were younger. And it's become like a ritual, and so she's following him around to all of these competitions so she can say the spell before he gets out there to compete. And of course things ensue because she is grown. She has to live her life. She got to make money. She got to support herself. She has a job, and she can't be following him around like that. And so their relationship does get a bit rocky towards the end, and I am interested in continuing on. I did buy the first 4 volumes, but I only read the first one, and I just really like it. I enjoy the art style as well. Let me find, like, look. I really enjoy the art style, and she's supposed to be like this super tiny girl. I believe she was like a preemie at birth. I'm trying to find like my favorite ice skating. Oh, look. Sorry, is that a spoiler? Let me not do that. Hold on. Like, I love how skating is drawn in manga. Like, oh, it's so beautiful to me. Like, look at all of the moves and how they draw the moves. I don't know. I just love it so much. But yeah, that was Night of the Ice Volume 1. Next, I read 7 Days, Monday through Sunday. And this, I don't know what came first, the manga or the live action. Probably the manga. But I watched the live action first at random. It was recommended to me, and it is broken into 2 movies. So the movies are 7 days, Monday through Thursday, and the second movie is 7 days, Friday to Sunday. And I really enjoyed the movies. And so when I randomly found the manga on Right Stuff, I was like, oh, I gotta get that. So I got it, and I like it. A lot of it is verbatim of the live action, or the live action is verbatim of the manga, which I've come to notice is very common in live actions. Like, Japanese live actions really stick to the source material, which I enjoy. But then there were other things that were slightly different, and I don't know, it was weird for me because there were some things in the movie that I like better than the manga, and some things in the manga that I like better than the movie. So I'm like really conflicted on which I liked more, period. But I'm just gonna say I like this. It's about 2 guys. One guy is known for serial dating, pretty much. Like, whoever asks him first on Monday morning at school if he'll go out with them, he'll say yes, and then he'll date them for a week and then promptly break up with them once the week is over because he's like, you know, hey, you just didn't do it for me. But then finally one guy is like intrigued by that, and so he asks, shocking them both, and then the guy says yes, which again shocks them both because he didn't think a guy would say yes to a guy asking him out. But that's where their adventure takes off. So the book does take course over only 7 days, but it feels longer than that to me, even though the days are marked. I enjoyed it. It's a very chill, slow manga, but it is enough to keep you interested, and I recommend it. So as you can see, all my books behind fell over, and I am tired of trying to prop them up, and it's because my shelf is empty there for the filming of this video. But next I have Idle Dreams Volume 1 and 2, and please forgive the glare. I am in front of a window, and no matter which way I move these shiny books, the glare is there, so please bear with me. Idle Dreams Volume 1, I enjoyed that immensely. Like, it is laugh out loud funny to me. Oh, sorry. These volumes are about a lady. She is 31 years old. She works in a corporate office, but she is not happy with her life and the way it has panned out. Oh my goodness. The sun has just gone behind the clouds, so sorry for the lighting. But she's not happy with her life, and she used to be just very popular when she was younger. She had a lot going for her, but then as she got older, her life kind of fell into a rut. And so she meets up with an old friend who works for like a drug and pharmaceutical company, and they have an experimental drug that would age you backwards. And so she takes this drug to become 15 again, and that's when things start really taking off. I enjoyed volume 1 so much. It was laugh out loud funny to me. The art style is fine, nothing out of the ordinary, and I don't know, I just feel like this is a unique concept for older manga readers. And the author did say that she was given the idea to write a, what is it, not josei, shoujo, for a magical girl shoujo for adult readers or something along those lines. And I just really enjoyed it. I had a good time with volume 1. I feel like a lot of things were kind of blown out of proportion. Like, it's very over dramatic with the reaction things, but that's not anything new for manga and anime in my experience. But yeah, I like that. Volume 2, on the other hand, I still enjoyed it enough to finish it, but I'm starting to feel a little strange just because she likes someone in her 31-year-old body. But now that she's 15 again and she's, working and doing certain things that she's always wanted to do but never had the chance back then, there seems to be hints that there's going to be a romance with a boy while she's in her 15-year-old body. And I definitely take issue with that, because even though she's in a 15-year-old body, she's still 31. So it's rubbing me the wrong way that there could be any type of romance with someone half her age. So I'm hoping that's not the direction these volumes are going to go, but we'll see. I only read the first 2. I recommend the first one. I still recommend the second one, but if you're like me, you might be a little weary in moving forward. But I still say give it a try, and we'll see how it goes. I have the entire series. It's only 6 volumes. So I have 3 through 6 left, and I don't know. We'll see in my next wrap up, I guess. Lastly, excuse me, I have Deco Boko Sugar Days, and once again, I don't know if that's Deco Boko or Deco Boko Sugar Days. And this book is about 2 guys. They are best friends since childhood. They met when they were younger because the guy in the black hair, wow, I don't remember anybody's names because I have such a hard time pronouncing Japanese names. So once again, forgive me. But the guy with the black hair had saved the guy with the pink hair when they were younger, and he's like always kind of protected him. But now that they're older, the guy with the pink hair is like over 6 feet tall, while the guy with the black hair is like 5'4". And so he kind of has like an inferiority complex. And at the same time, he's also developing really strong feelings for his best friend, but he doesn't want to have these feelings because they're best friends. So it's actually really hilarious. But I will warn you, as I said in my last video, oh no, the glare. Sorry, it's blurry. This is rated mature. You can see the big M right there. This book is rated 18 plus for nudity and sexual content. I didn't know that at the time of buying it, but besides those few scenes, and it is very few, besides those few scenes, this book is very, very funny, and it is quite fluffy. I think the author did a good job at capturing the teen angst that goes on when you are liking people for the first time, and when that person just so happens to be your very close friend. So I enjoyed it up until the sex scenes, just because I don't enjoy those, period. I don't enjoy looking at pictures like that. And a lot of the times, well, I won't say a lot because I haven't read a lot, but of the few that I've seen in manga, I don't think they're tastefully done. And I do think there is a way to have a tastefully done sex scene, but I have not experienced a tastefully done one. It always comes off very vulgar and gross. But besides that, this is a very funny book, and I do recommend it if you read 18 plus content. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone younger, simply for the rating. But I loved it. I even after reading it, I don't really know what the Sugar Days stands for. I just know that a lot of the stuff that you see on here, like especially the milk, the guy with the black hair is constantly drinking milk because he thinks it'll make him taller. And this guy, he is into like baking and making little treats and stuff, but it's not a major part of the story. So that's why it kind of confused me as to why it's called Sugar Days. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I still enjoy this book and I recommend it if you are 18 plus. So these were all of the books that I read for the months of January and February. And I think that's pretty good for me. Like that's 8 books. Plus I did read 2 full-length novels because I do love reading novels as well, not just manga. And I think that's a good wrap up for me. So what did y'all read this month? I am excited to see what you guys say in the comments or direct me to your channel. I'll watch your videos. But other than that, I will see you guys later. Bye.